What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're installing a tailgate panel on the Tacoma and a replacement upper top trim piece for the tailgate itself. While we're in there, we're going to be putting just a bit of Dynamat on the tailgate, as I plan to eventually put some on the bed sides, under the hood and the fenders, and see if it makes any difference at all. I have extras, a whole sound deadening project, so it's not going to hurt anything, but we're going to flip the camera around and show you the new parts that we'll be putting on today. All right, so first things first, this tailgate panel, it actually clips into the tailgate, and all the clips on this one are broken. So you can slide it left and right. It's broken. It's barely hanging on by just these screws right here. The original one from Toyota is about 160 bucks. I did look up the part number on Amazon just to see if I could find anything, and I did find a replacement that had some decent reviews. So you can find one of these for as low as like 30 bucks. A lot of people said the fitment is terrible, and that's what kind of led me to looking just for a different alternative. And I found one that was about $65, $70. I'm going to link that in the description below. And so it looks really close, and I'm going to take a chance on it. It is less than half the price of the original. If it doesn't work out, it is super easy to change. I'll just toss it and we'll put a factory one back on. Aside from that, this tailgate panel, the plastic panel, it's just something to change while we're here. I've done a ton of mods to this truck and I'm kind of running out of things to do. But that leads me to the actual first sponsor of this channel and of this build, which is Snail Armor. I reached out to them and they were willing to hop on the project, which is awesome. It's much appreciated. Here we're going to be doing a little bit of Dynamat and Dynaliner, just a small amount, about 20 to 25%. That's what makes it effective. And I actually plan on doing it to the bedside, the fenders, and the hood, and doing a final dB reading and see if it makes any difference. I'm expecting a small difference, to be honest, but yeah, we're going to focus on just getting this swapped out. We'll unbox the new Snail Armor panel. I'll show you the Amazon replacement panel, and we'll go from there. It's going to be a really simple install. All right, so with the panel just resting on top of the stock tailgate panel, we're going to go over a few of the, I guess, the benefits of why you would even want to do a mod like this. So first things first, this thing is going to be 5052 aluminum, laser cut to perfection, and powder coated with the slightly textured black. And so that gives you the ability to put custom etching. Some guys even put a huge logo in the middle. So you can really get anything you want engraved onto the tailgate panel. Aside from that, a smooth, flat surface is ideal. I don't know about you, but I've loaded stuff in the bed and those ridges on your knees are just horrendous after a while. I've put drinks down before with the tailgate down and they just fall right over. If you get it in the wrong ridge or if you miss a spot, your drink's going down. But you know, these are small things, obviously not the end of the world, but we're looking at the thinnest tailgate panel on the market, and it is about, I would say, about a ½ inch from the top to the bottom. Once we take this stock panel out, this is going to be resting on the white itself. So we've got a good amount of height lost with the factory panel. And these bolt hole locations are all countersunk with provided countersunk hardware, so it's a smooth surface all the way around. Last but not least, if you're ever working in any wet conditions, that slight texture will give you some more grip versus the composite cap that comes from the factory. And if you've been following me for a while, you know that I choose everything on this truck methodically. I really like to plan out the build from beginning to end. I don't just throw random parts on this truck. So I really liked this panel. I felt that it was a better choice over the plastic ones on the market. And I just had to do something to get rid of that stock one because it just is not user friendly. So anyways, we're going to get on to removing the stock stuff and getting the new stuff installed. All right, let's see if this thing's broken. Oh yeah, we got one clip. Every single other one of these is broken. Definitely needed to get replaced. All right, so I've been on Tacoma World and I've seen that some guys report that these are dislodged from the glue that holds it. That's going to be what reinforces your tailgate panel to the structure itself. So just looking real quick right here, this seems to be okay. But I did notice that we've got one right here completely dislodged, 2, 3. So 3 of the 4 on top are completely dislodged. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of that butyl rope that we had from the sound deadening project. I'm just going to wad it up and then put it in there. There is some other guys that'll glue it there, but I'm confident that the butyl rope will be plenty. Then just a little bit of alcohol prep so we can get the Dynamat sheets installed, and just cut out a little bit of Dynaliner to throw on top of that. If you look right here, this is your stock factory sound deadening. So for the most part, it is sound deadened pretty good, but there is just a little bit of resonance that we'll try to get taken out while we're in there. Alright guys, that's it. We've got Dynaliner on some key areas just to prevent any resonance. I put Dynamat and Dynaliner on the inner tailgate skin. Now we just need to pop on the tailgate panel, put the countersunk washers, and put the final trim piece on the edge, and call this done. And so for the final torque, and obviously I did bring the electric gun out. I was going to do it, but these are plastic inserts on the tailgate and I don't want to risk it. So we're just going to hand torque these. I started with these 2 first so it could center the tailgate where it needs to be, and then kind of just worked my way in. And I'll probably follow up and retorque these maybe in about a week just to double check. But you could use power tools if you want. I just don't have good luck with those plastic inserts. Anyways, let's get this piece put on and see how it lines up. So right here, I'm just pressing in the clips onto the tailgate itself, and we're going to hand thread the Torx bits into each insert where we'll eventually torque them to spec. I just would like to get everything started at first to make sure nothing's cross-threaded. So we're going to go very slow on this, and we'll do the final torque by hand. And there we have it, guys, a beautiful upgrade to this truck build. As I said before, I planned everything out and look at how this came out. It came out beautiful. As far as this Amazon piece goes, the only thing I don't like is that you can see a cutout right here where the stock one you can't, but really that is just nitpicking. Aside from that, we got this awesome engraving on both sides, repping Snail Armor and my socials. And if you listen, I feel like that's a nice solid clunk when you close that tailgate. All right, guys, so this job wouldn't be complete without one last step, and that is installing a Rok Block rock guard. I guess it's in the name, but This is basically going to fill the gap between the tailgate and the bed. So as you can see, this is the excess that I trimmed off. You pretty much want it lined up from the very edge of this side of the bed to the very edge of this side. And this is what the gap I'm referring to is. So normally if you got a bunch of stuff in here, I don't really load gravel or rock in here, but for people that do use the truck a lot, that stuff will get in here when the tailgate's down. This is how it looks. So installing the Rok Block is now going to eliminate any possibility of rocks or debris getting down there and getting jammed up when you close the tailgate. So you could have some stuff drop in here, and when you go to close it, and that makes a nice big crunch, or scratches or dents the tailgate on the inside. So we're just going to eliminate that possibility by putting the Rok Block on, which is really straightforward. Trim it to fit, prep with alcohol. It comes with some pads, but I have some 99% isopropyl alcohol. This is 70%, so clean it really good. It's got 3M double-sided tape on each side. And what I'm going to do is line this line up and butt it right up against this, eliminating all the white. And it lines right up to the Total Chaos bed stiffeners perfectly on each side. So this is pretty much going to be just a one-shot application. Make sure you prep. Prep is everything when it comes to double-sided tape. But as you can see, once it does get laid down, it's going to fill in the gap nice and perfect. But anyways, I had to temporarily move the Pro Eagle jack mount out of the way and lift the bed mat up a little bit just because it was overhanging. Other than that, we're going to get to cleaning and installing. All right, and here is the complete install this time. We've got the ultimate flat panel from Snail Armor, the Amazon replacement top panel, and the Rok Block, which was also purchased from Amazon. I'll have this and this linked in the description below. And I'll also have the discount code for the Snail Armor if you want to purchase your own. I'm stoked on how this came out. It looks miles better than stock. No more rigid part, so we could actually sit down and load up stuff comfortably. And if I ever do put any cargo that has gravel or rock, it won't fall between the cracks of the tailgate. Speaking of which, let's get this thing closed so you can see exactly how that works. See, it's about closed halfway right there. And we'll close it all the way. And it's perfectly tucked in all the way down. Just clears the Pro Eagle jack that I put there. All right, that is another mod complete on this Tacoma build. If you like this content, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, and drop a comment. It all makes a big difference on this growing channel.